about symmetry. So what does symmetry mean? Symmetry means same on both sides. So a beetle is symmetrical. It has symmetry. It is the same on both sides. What else is symmetrical? You are symmetrical. Your face is symmetrical. Depending on how you are holding your arms and your legs, you're symmetrical. So we are going to draw symmetrical beetles or bugs or butterflies. I'm going to draw a beetle that looks something like this. Looks like a stink bug, but I'm going to make a cute stink bug. So since this is longer than it is wide, I'm going to fold my paper this way. There we go. Open it up. And then I'm going to take any color of oil pastel. Use a color that you think you're going to use in your beetle. And I'm going to draw only half of the beetle. Okay? Now remember, you're going to need some room for the legs. So plan how big you think you're going to need it. I'm going to draw my body like this. This is the top part, where the head is. It's got a little head, and then it's got this big shield looking body. Now here's my legs. The legs have one joint. It's kind of a triangle. And then this part, here's the second one. Looks a little bit like a long skinny triangle. And then this foot is going up and coming out. Okay, now I'm going to draw the markings, and I really like the markings on this guy. So I am going to replicate what I see. I will make a few changes, but I do like what is there. Okay, now he's got a really interesting wavy line here. I see an eye. I think he's got a little pincher there. Okay, there we go. Now, this is gonna be magical. What you're gonna do is you're gonna rub it. Okay, and what's gonna happen is it should transfer. The oil pastel should transfer. It's not working. Let me see if I can try using an eraser. Will an eraser make it transfer? Oh, there we go. So you can barely see mine. And my oil pastels are a little bit more dry than the oil pastels that you probably have that are newer. But what happened is it transferred. Can you see that? These lines came over here. They rubbed off, they transferred to the other side. So I'm using the eraser as a tool, not to erase, but to deposit color instead of to take away color. Let me get all these. I'm gonna put these in the trash, my little eraser shavings. Okay, now, can you see that? Probably not on the camera. I am going to now go over it again. Take your time. And remember, you do not have to draw one of these. You can look in a book you might have. You can come up with one from your imagination. You can draw other animals that are symmetrical in the same way. Maybe you don't want to draw a beetle. Maybe you don't want to draw a butterfly. What else could you draw? Using this same idea of creating a symmetrical image using the transferring idea. Okay, now I might not be getting it exactly because I can't see it very well, but I think it's close enough. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Oil pastels are so much fun to work with because they blend. You can mix them. So I'm going to take a couple different colors. I'm going to take this light pink and this dark pink, and I'm going to blend. So when you're blending with oil pastel, you're going to go back and forth. It's almost like you're stirring the color. Look at that. I'm going to put a little bit of white right in the middle. Little highlight. Ooh, beautiful. Now, you can do it symmetrically. You can color it symmetrically or not. I suggest, since we are working with symmetry, that you do color this symmetry this time. So that means if this one is orange, this one will be orange. Now, what if I get this all over my hands? That's not going to be very fun. I have a little trick for you. Take another piece of paper, or even a Kleenex, or even a piece of toilet paper, whatever you have, and put it under your hand. This way, you will not smear your work and you will keep yourself clean. Uh-oh, I did too much. I meant to stop and go in with some lighter yellow. Now it's harder to lighten it up now. I can do it, but it's harder. It would be easier if I started out light and got darker. So work from light to dark rather than dark to light. If you forget, you can still go back into it. It's a little harder. Okay? So this one looks a little lighter than this one. That's okay. Color the whole beetle really solid. So we don't want to see this. That's not finished. We do want to see solid coloring. So really be careful, pay attention, take your time, and do your best work. See how that's colored solid? This isn't. See the difference? Now, I still want you to blend. Maybe I'll go from a darker blue to a lighter blue. Here. And look at what happens when I mix the blue with that purple. Ooh, I get a beautiful color. So I have this, and then I can go back in and mix it, blend it, stir it up. Isn't that awesome? Ooh, you know what I could do? I could make the dots warm colors. So the warm colors are on this side of the color wheel. And I could make the background the cool colors, which are on this side of the color wheel. That will be fun. I'm gonna do that. I can't wait to see what you do. Are you gonna do a beetle? Are you going to do a butterfly? What do you think? If you're going to do a butterfly, you might want to fold the paper this way instead. Okay? Let me show you one. This is quick. If you're drawing a butterfly, make sure you make the body relatively small. Because remember, those wings are big. The wings come from here. I'm going to use use up as much space as I can. I can put markings in it. This is pretty simple. What do you think? Now, give it an interesting antenna. There's the body. Now I can fold it in half. Let's see, will it transfer? Not too well. Let's try the eraser method. Oh, there we go. What if I did it this way? Experiment. See what works best. Art is a little bit like science because you are always experimenting. There we go. Now I can draw the other side, and the other side is the same. So it has symmetry. It is symmetrical. Here we go. Here are those markings. And I'm not drawing them again. I'm just looking at what transferred and I'm tracing. It's not going to be exactly the same. There we go. Now I can go back in and blend. This is copy paper. It's very thin. This isn't the best paper to use. This gray paper has a little bit of a tooth. It has a little bit of a texture. That's great to use for oil pastel. Drawing paper is great to use for oil pastel. So think about what paper you're choosing to use. You can do it in your sketchbook, or you can do it on a loose piece of paper. If you don't want to tear out of your sketchbook, you don't have to. Just simply fold the paper in towards the spiral, okay? You can also, if you're going to fold it this way in your sketchbook, you could rip off half of the spiral and fold it, okay? So problem solve. See what you want to do. All right, have fun. If you can't think of any ideas, you can always look for your own reference images besides these. In books you might have, you can look in these packets for different ideas, and you can look on Google Images. Make sure you have parent permission when you're going on the internet. All right, can't wait to see what you come up with.